Today we are going to do a hair test, a HTMA hair test. How do we take a hair sample? How much do we need? And where do we actually take it from? So that's what we're going to do today. And I've got my lovely model here, aka my daughter. Say hello, Courtney.
Hi.
And she's going to let us cut her hair for a hair sample so that I can show you how to do it. Okay? So, first thing you're going to need is a comb. Ta-da! Next thing you're going to need is a pair of scissors. Preferably hair cutting scissors, but don't overthink it. Just use what you've got if you're doing it yourself, or if you're getting the hairdresser to do it, they can help you with that. So, next thing I need is to find my hairdressing scissors. When we're taking the sample, we are literally just taking it from the back of the head, okay? So, we're going to divide Courtney's hair and leave her front part out, and we're just going to take from the crown all the way back down to the back here, but we're not going to take hair from this front section. So we're going to divide from her ear forward, and we're going to leave that hair. Okay, so I'm just going to show you where you can take samples from at the back, and I'm going to set my camera up on a little stand over here so I can show you the best technique to use. Hopefully, if I need to, we can zoom in and show you closer. So first off here, I'm just going to divide from her part all the way down to her ear, and then I'm just going to sweep that forward. We don't want to use that bit at all. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, we are just taking from the crown. You can take anywhere. You can do this with short hair, long hair, any hair at all. Mostly head hair, okay? We're not using underarm hair or pubic hair. We mostly want head hair for this test. Now, I've had a few questions around, can it be coloured? Can it be bleached? It can be coloured, but it cannot be bleached. If it's bleached, you just want to grow it out a bit. You need about 1.5 inches of fresh growth. So we are taking from the root here, and we're taking 1.5 inches from here, and we're literally dumping the rest out. Okay, so we can take this from various sections of hair, of the head. Ultimately, we don't want to take the top layer because we don't want this to be obvious. We just want it to be underneath. So we can just like scoop up the top layer and swish that over the top. If you have a hair clip, which we should have organized, Courtney, you can use a hair clip. See how professional I am? Okay, and now we're just taking a thin line here. Okay, so if you just turn your head, sweetie. I just want to show them that I'm just taking a thin line of hair. So I'm literally just taking a thin line of hair. It's not a huge amount. It's just, you know, maybe it's 1 to 2 mils thick this way, and we've taken it a couple of inches this way. Now, what we want to do is, I'm really going to need a hair clip. Can you just hold this hair for a second? There you go. I'm just going to grab a hair clip. Okay. Now, can you hold it on this side with this hand? Yeah, thank you. Just want to bring this over and make it nice and tight, because we want to get as close to the scalp as possible. Okay, so when we're doing a HTMA hair test, we want to get as close to the scalp as possible with our scissors. So I'm going to sit on this side so that you can see a bit better. I'm going to bring my scissors, just turn your head, sweetie, so they can see, as close to the scalp as possible. And I'm just going to snip a little bit away and a little bit more. Okay, now I'm not going to do a huge amount on Courtney because she doesn't actually need a hair test. This is just for show purposes. Now, I'm literally holding her long, lovely locks here, and this is obviously the root, and this is the excess. So I'm literally just going to chop off 1.5 inches of this. This bit here is the stuff that we are keeping. We are not keeping the rest of this. We are just keeping this 1.5 inches here. So I'm literally going to hold my fingers at 1.5 inches. Okay, for those of you who do get a kit sent in the mail, which you will obviously, you'll have a pretty envelope. It won't look like this. This is just a sample sheet of paper that I have got. but essentially your envelope is going to be the right width of hair. So your hair should essentially not be wider than the width of the envelope. Now you'll notice that there's also a line there, and it's usually the shape of a pencil, and you want to literally put that on top of a pencil. This acts as a scale, okay? And so this is how much hair you're going to need. Okay, so you're literally going to put that line on a pencil like that so it can act as a scale. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to put our hair on the end of the scale here, right on the end. So make sure the line ends up on the pencil like this. And you're going to put the hair here. So you want that scale, so see how this is a scale, you want that scale to tip. So when we put the hair there, you want to keep going until you have enough hair to make that scale tip properly, hair right on the end, not in the middle here, not there, right on the end, until it tips and touches the table. And you want to add a bit more then. You want to add a bit more, you want more than enough, not just enough. You want to add more because you don't want to do this hair test again and again. You just want to send it off once and be done with it. We're just going to take Courtney's lovely locks here. I'm going to hold it here, and then I'm going to trim this bit off. And this is the width of the envelope. So I'm just going to trim that bit off. That bit is actually for the bin. Okay? Don't overthink it too much. You may end up with a lot of hair on the ground, but don't worry. So then we're going to put that on our scale. Okay? We're going to put that on our scale. Now this one is not accurate because this is not the envelope that you will get in your kit, okay, but we want to sit it right on the end and we want to keep going until we have enough there. It is around about a tablespoon of hair is what it will be, okay? And if you just keep taking, so I've done one little cut here, but if you go down and you can take another little bit out of here, and then you can do it on the other side, you can take it from all different parts, from the crown of the head all the way down to the nape, okay, and just take it in all little different parts so that it is not obvious at all. It's very simple to do, no one notices, and when you do it in small little pieces like I've done here, you can probably see that fine little area I've just taken there. No one is going to even notice. You want to make sure that you're just doing it in small little bits so it's, you know, the least amount of impact as possible. So find a friend who you're comfortable with to cut your hair, or a hairdresser, or your husband. I have had clients do it themselves. You know who you are. But anyway, if you trust yourself, then do it. But if you are more comfortable with someone else doing it, then that is what I would recommend. Find a friend who you are comfortable with a pair of scissors, and you know, get that hair test kit away. You send it, you put all the hair in the envelope, seal it up, just put your name on the front. The details, the test results will get emailed back to me as soon as it is done. And I think I've given that all that information now. So if you have any more questions, just pop them beneath this video or message me. Sometimes I don't always see YouTube that much, or the comments on Facebook. If you are, you know, if I don't see them or I don't respond, then please just comment, and I will get one of my assistants to help reach out and direct you where needed. Okay, so good luck with that. The tests actually take, while I'm thinking of it, the tests actually take 3 weeks to come back once they get to the lab. So that obviously doesn't take into account postage time. So that means postage time for the kit to get to you and postage time back to the lab. So it takes 3 to 4 weeks at the lab before I get emailed the results. Okay, so just keep that in mind as well. So as soon as you do the test, it's best to get it sent away so that we can get fresh hair samples. I think I've covered everything. Let me know if I've forgotten anything. All right then, I will talk to you soon, and I will be in contact with people who do the test, and I get the results emailed back in. So if we haven't already, maybe we have, maybe we haven't, made the follow-up consultation to check out the results. Rightio, lovely people, I will see you very soon. Do you want to say bye, Courtney?
Bye.
Thank you for being our wonderful model and allowing mum to cut your hair. Okay, bye.